Hi guys. I can't tell who is joining in or not, but hello, hello, hello. My name is Sweta Iyer. My name, as it says, it's Sweta Iyer. This is my first time doing a webinar, but anywho, welcome here. I'm very excited if you are able to join me, and if not, the replay will be available. However, I would love for you to be able to join in and give me your comments. I did tell everybody, please go ahead and if you have any questions, put it on the Facebook group. I will get the notifications. Now, I would like to ask you to take a few moments and give yourself a, just allow yourself to ask why you're here, why you would like to know what success is, why success is important to you. Okay? So that's what I want you to do. What I'm going to do is give you a formula for success. All right? Let me see. I'm going to give myself a few minutes so that other people can join in. You can't see anything so far. Okay. So, okay. Hi, guys. Okay, I think I'm now starting to see. Okay, great. All right, perfect. So I can see the Facebook comments. Feel free to put the questions or whatever it is in there. And okay, so this webinar is called Besties with Success. It's very simple. What it means is becoming best friends with success. Why? Think about that one best friend that you have and that one person that you're able to always go to, always rely on, always, you have a very, how do I say this? You have a very quantifiable answer to everything that you do. Yes, Tanuja, I can see your comment. It's making you a fan of Blab. Yeah, I think next time I'm going to stick to Blab because I actually thought this would be engaging. Anyways, welcome to everybody. I will introduce myself. Actually, I think I'm going to give a few more seconds, but I will just talk here. The reason I felt that it was important to do this webinar was because I have realized that there are certain principles that I've applied in my life in the past couple of years that have allowed me to be successful at whatever situation I'm in. Does that make sense? So I basically decide I want to go off. I want to give up coffee. I want to give up sugar. I want to give up any kind of habit that is not making me happy. I made a switch to another state. Let's see, like I lost 17 pounds. The list is endless, right? I actually had a really difficult relationship and I made peace with that. There has been nothing in my life that is not making me realize that I can overcome it. Now, you might think that this is something special to me. And if you do, you're wrong. You're 150% wrong. I am not special in the sense that I have some secret. The secret is that there are certain universal principles that anybody can apply and you can get there. You can be successful at whatever you take. Okay? So, what I want you to understand is that it's not a matter of being the smartest, being the hardest working person, being good intention. Some people will say, but I'm such a good person. Why is all this happening to me? It's this whole idea of like, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? Why is that person more successful? Whatever it is, right? You start to realize that it is not somebody else who gets to have all the goodies in this world. So, for example, I really wanted to get more focused on my health this year. Okay, 2016, we are what? about 2 weeks into it, and I have already given up coffee and have already gone on a sugar cleanse. I would say I'm having a successful 2016, right? Now, before I get started more into it, I think we have a few more people joining in. Okay, perfect. If somebody wants to comment on the Facebook group and tell me if you can hear me correctly, I just got a message saying they can hear, you can see me. Okay. Okay. Well, I think we are good to go. Okay, guys. So let's do this. As I always start any kind of project, I like to call in the divine. So even though this is a webinar, I will call in the divine because I want to remind you that you are a child of the divine. Great. Yay. Thank you, guys. Fantastic. Okay. So just take a moment. You are taking the time to be here, and I want to thank you for that. But I want you to thank yourself. It shows that you're here to be more of yourself in a very successful manner. Okay. And I want to remove a little bit of the mythology of success. Okay. So what I want you to do is take the next few moments, close your eyes. It always helps to close your eyes because then you're not distracted. And we'll talk about distractions. Okay? So go ahead and close your eyes. I will follow suit. This is what I'm going to do. I will close my eyes. Here goes. Now, visualize there's a light above your head. Take a deep breath. As you take a deep breath, visualize the light above your head, flooding your body with light. As you breathe out, your body feels comfortable. Take another deep breath and visualize the light above your head, flooding your body with light. As you breathe out, your body feels comfortable. In this moment, set the intention that whatever it is brings you here. You're given the sense of clarity when we're done with this webinar and you get your answer. Take one last deep breath and visualize the light above your head, flooding your body with light. As you breathe out, you're completely at ease and comfortable. Okay, fantastic. Oh, Leanne cannot see me. Okay. Okay, guys. Now, do you guys want the formula for success? You can keep typing on the Facebook group. I'm getting the notification, so I almost feel like I'm having a live chat. So feel free to put in comments there. Do you guys want the formula for success? I was really thinking before the webinar, what was it that makes me successful at everything I'm doing now compared to who I was a couple of years ago? A couple of years ago, I felt very, very challenged, very lost, very desperate, if that's a word I can use, very confused. I think more than anything, I felt very confused. Okay, I felt as if and even talking about it now hurts my heart. Like I feel pain in my heart. And if you guys feel that way when you think about things that are not working out for you, it's painful. Okay, it's painful to not be successful. Why? Why is it painful? It's painful because nobody wants to feel that they're insignificant. When you're successful, you feel significant. You know, but somehow you're supposed to know how to be successful. You're supposed to be able to get that great job. You're supposed to be able to get those great grades when you're in college or school. You're supposed to be able to find that great partner. You're supposed to be able to do all these things, but no one teaches us how, right? You go to school, you go to classes, but no one's teaching you how to be successful, right? Even there, we still have tutors. We have something that helps us. But what about your life? What about your life where you need that support? We don't have that. Okay. Nowadays, you have life coaches, you have energy healers. This is becoming more and more mainstream. Why? Because there's a need for it. Then if there's a demand, then the supply will happen. Okay. And I'm part of that supply, to be completely honest, because there's a demand. Now, I can't teach you anything that I haven't learned or applied. Okay. So I can tell you right now, I have discovered the formula for success happens to be love. Love equals success. So I'm going to repeat this. The formula for success equals love. How is this possible? What does it mean? So bear with me. If you have a pen and paper, I will put this down in the Energy Rockstars group. Let's spell out love. L is love and life. You love what you do. O is ownership. You have to take ownership of what is going on. I'll break this down, but I just want to phrase this right now. V, venting, complaining, feeling like it's too much. E, that's where I come in, understanding your energy flow. When you get this, you can be successful. Now I'm going to repeat this. L is your love for what you do, and that includes your life. O is ownership of doing what's going on in your life, taking complete ownership of your life. I think it's so interesting because as I'm saying this, I'm starting to understand that we is the part where we get stuck. We is venting. Okay? Venting because we hide from venting. We hide away. E is the energy. So love and life, O is ownership, V is venting, E is energy flow. Once you understand this, it makes you successful. Let me describe this. For example, I have gone off coffee. Okay? It's a very simple example. I've gone off coffee. It wasn't easy. It's very hard. Right? How did I start? This is how I started. I said to myself, I love myself and I love my life. That's where it always has to start. So it's very easy. O is ownership. I had to take ownership that I was not taking good care of myself. I had to take ownership that drinking 5 to 8 cups of coffee was going to cause insomnia, was going to cause me not to eat. So it was putting my health it was very imbalanced. I had to take ownership that it was an addiction. Okay? And I had to take ownership that the only person who could change it was me. Does that make sense? So now what happened is I suddenly stopped blaming everybody else or blaming anything else, and I took complete ownership. Now comes the hard part. You take ownership, then what happens? I decide I want to do this. I want to give up coffee. This is where you have to remember something. Venting is not about staying stuck. Venting is about having your support system. So yes, I complained a lot. I was a type A bitch. I was a first class, horribly and irritable and grumpy person to be around. All I could do was sleep. I was going through withdrawal. Okay? And it was horrible and it was hard. It was so hard. There were days I couldn't get up. I can say 5 days. I couldn't get up because my body felt like it was mush. Literally, I'm not even making this up. Okay? You can ask people around me. So the part of venting was me understanding I'm human. This is a very important part of becoming successful. Recognizing you're human, recognizing your limitations, recognizing every day is not going to be incredibly amazing and a high. Okay? It's not, it's just not. But then you move on to E, which is energy flow. What is energy? People ask me, what is energy? I don't understand energy. Tell me more what energy is. Energy is understanding where you are in your life. Energy is understanding that there's more to your life than you can always see and understand. Energy is understanding that you're the child of divine. When you start to understand that you're not this person who is meant to just suffer all the time, and it is very what's the word, that you're not meant to just live what you have thought your life to be, that job that you're okay with, the relationship that's not fulfilling you, or you're not in a relationship and you would like to be in a relationship, um, or you don't want to take ownership. Okay, that's fine, all of that is fine. You don't have to love yourself. You don't have to take ownership for your life. You don't have to vent. You can pretend you're very strong. You can also not want to understand your energy. Well, then the result is you're not going to be successful. It's that simple. Why do I have authority to say this? Because I have been doing things that I've never thought I would do. I will tell you one thing, yeah, about last year. I did so many things I would never think that I was going to do. I traveled for work. I traveled for energy healing. That's a big deal. Okay. And the platform, the scale is going to keep getting bigger. This year, I plan to travel to festivals to be a featured healer. I've already gotten there. I've already been asked to be a featured healer of a virtual psychic summit. Okay. And I will send out information about that. I have lost 17 pounds last year without going to the gym like a complete crazy person. I moved to another state, not having any idea when I started last year that's where I was going to be. How did all this happen? Love. Love is what brought me here. Love is allowing me to share this with you. So when I said the 5 principles, I want to share the 5 principles. These are the principles. To me, this sums it up. Another thing I want you to think about is that I just need to check something. Okay. Great. Okay. The other thing is, I realized something. I can't want someone else to want anything for me, right? I have to want it for myself. Why? Because I can't live a life which is being dominated by everybody else's opinion. Okay? People ask me, well, I don't understand all this energy stuff. I think it's a bunch of nonsense. That's fine. This is not for you. You don't have to even be a part of it. If you're logging into this, you can cross it and go out. That's fine. This is not for people who don't want to believe in something. I want to believe in something. Why? Because I have seen my life change radically. I want to share something with you. Okay? What if you have the most wild affair with yourself this year? What if you decide 2016 is the year that you decide to live your most passionate, lively self, where you're tired of not being happy. You're tired of going to a job that you absolutely hate. You're tired of showing up in your life being miserable, going to bed thinking somebody else has all the answers, thinking that somebody else can be happy. It's not true. How do I know this? I've worked with enough clients to understand when they start to shift what they think about themselves, they're now able to take on things that they've never thought of. Okay? I never in the world thought I would go on a sugar cleanse. You know what that means? Let me tell you my list of results. I want you guys to understand the reason I'm sharing what I have been doing is because this is hard for me. However, I can share it and I know what's bringing me here. Does that make sense? So let me tell you, I cannot have pasta. I cannot have sugar. I cannot have honey. I cannot have stevia. I cannot have rice. Um, I cannot have yogurt, no dairy. It's tough. It's really tough. I love rice. I love rice. I love pasta. I also love yogurt. Okay? I love these things. Anybody who knows me knows that I love cheese, by the way. I love cheese. However, I didn't just one day decide I was going to do it. I built up to it. So now I'm closer to loving myself than I've ever been because I take the effort to make food for myself. For example, I did something today that I never thought I would do. I made myself cauliflower rice. It wasn't real rice, but it was cauliflower rice. And it was fantastic. It was fabulous. Loved it. It took me about 30 minutes, 30 minutes of my time that I had to do it. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, oh, okay, well, you have 30 minutes. I don't. Yes, you do. You might not have 30 minutes, but make choices that are making your life so much more fun. It's fun to make things for yourself. It's fun to do these things, okay? And even if you don't want to have fun eating something that you think is good for you, that's fine. I'll tell you something. 3 days ago, before I went on the sugar cleanse, I got myself the biggest slice of chocolate. It wasn't the biggest slice. It was a decent sized slice from Whole Foods. It was of chocolate. And I sat there and I made love to it. I ate each and every slice like it was the most delicious thing. I wasn't going to sit there and beat myself up. Why would I do that? Another thing is, why would you not want to love everything about your life? You have one life, right? People tell me, do you believe in incarnation? Reincarnation? Incarnation? Reincarnation? I say, absolutely, I believe in it. But even if you don't believe in it, or even if you do believe in it, I'm only going to come in this lifetime as Sweta with the family that I'm born in, with the friends that I have, with the gifts that I have in this lifetime. I'm never going to have the same circumstances in the next lifetime. So YOLO, you only live once, is very applicable. I'm not coming back as Sweta next lifetime. I will be reborn, but I will not be Sweta. Does that make sense? So you have one life to live that you will remember. So for me, this incarnation is very important, even if it is going to repeat it in different forms. I want to enjoy this form. Why do we fight it so much? So going back to success, the whole idea of success is to be able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. Yes, as Aditi. Yes. Okay, great. So you guys are still able to hear me. Are you guys like, is there anything you want me to kind of cover as I'm going about it? Go ahead and comment. I'm able to see it. So does that make sense, you guys? I want to share this because I feel it's important. I want to teach you this because I feel it's important. I feel too many people are living lives that are not happy, that are not fulfilling. Okay? In the chase for money or anything else that you think is important. You can make money and you can be happy. I definitely get a lot more attention than I think when I didn't want to see myself as somebody who'd get attention. Okay? It's just the way it is. And let me tell you what happens. When you start acting like you're a good luck charm, everything in your life works well. We all know it's Mercury retrograde, right? And I had an overdraft that I should have absolutely not had. However, you know how banks work. I got on the call and I said to them, I said a little prayer. I said, okay, well, can we get the money? Like, you shouldn't have charged me. All fully aware that I might not get the money back. 5 minutes later, they refunded me. I had the money back in my account. And I said, okay, it's because I don't constantly worry about everything in my life. I just don't. Why? When you love, there's nothing to worry about. Love, think about the first time you fell in love with someone. Think about the first time you had a crush on someone. Think about the time you got infatuated with someone. Wasn't that the most exciting feeling? It was so amazing. You didn't care about the end result. Now you will say, of course I did. I wanted to be with the person. No, no. But didn't you enjoy the feeling? Just that feeling to be alive, to be able to talk to this person, to be able to have this interaction, the engagement. Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. So for me now, I get to have that with myself. And I know it will bring in everything else that I need for it to be. Does that make sense? It's an amazing feeling. Imagine, I want to invite you to have a love affair with yourself. Okay? So what is the formula for success? It's love. It's love. It's that simple. It's love. L stands for love and life. O stands for ownership, taking responsibility. You will never be able to be successful when you keep blaming everybody else for your life. You just cannot. You are what you attract. You just will not be able to. However, now we get to the next part, venting, understanding that taking ownership doesn't mean it's not hard, guys. Come on. I can take ownership for the fact that yes, I was hugely addicted to caffeine. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be upset. My body's not going to give me a hard time. That's where my support system has been so invaluable. I want to acknowledge how much my support system has got me through some of the hardest times of my life. I wouldn't be here. So understand that. Okay. And venting can also be another word for vibe. What's your vibe? Okay. And E is the part that I can explain and demystify more. Energy, the energy principles, the energy. Who are you? What are you? For example, I have a friend who I'm working with on helping me with my cleanse and everything, right? But I'm not the expert. I don't want to be the expert. I don't want to, you're not going to see a webinar by me. These are the things that are healthy for you to eat. No, I'll say these are the energy principles that support you in eating healthy. That's another thing. We don't need to become an expert on everything, but I am finding things that I'm liking, and that's enough for me. Okay. And that equals success. And those are the 5 principles, literally. So now, how is success a principle? That's my guiding force. That everything at the end of the day is going to be about being successful. Then of course I'm all in, right? That's simple. So let me sum it up for you. You have one life to live. You have one incarnation that you will remember as this person, and you deserve to have the best incarnation. You are the child of divine. And the formula for success is love. It is that simple. Okay? This will translate into having a successful career, having an increased sense of abundance, which includes money, having the kind of health that you've always craved for, having the relationship that you want, and more than that, it will make you proud and happy to be who you are. I fail every day, and yet I'm successful every day. How does that make sense? Because every time you fail or every time you've gone towards something that is not making you successful, it is still telling you that's not going to work. It's like Albert Einstein said, one of the greatest men of 21st century. And I'm sure there's people who can contradict that and say he's not. But think about it. He said he didn't fail the 99 times. It's 99 times he realized it wasn't the right way to do it. Okay? So you start a diet, it's not working for you. You haven't failed. That diet's not working for you. Okay? Just because Jennifer Aniston, Madonna, all these other celebrities are doing it, it doesn't have to work for you. If I tried to imitate everybody else, it wouldn't work for me, right? I have to ask myself what works for me. And the more I understand what works for me, the easier it becomes for me to apply those things. That's what it means to understand your energy. Okay? Now, ownership is very important. Why? Because you have to realize you have the power to change your life. You absolutely have the power to change your life. Venting, having a support system, very important. Very, very important. Just because you take ownership doesn't remove your humanity. Okay? We're here to celebrate being humanly perfect. Okay? And E is your energy flow. Now, all of this contributes to being successful. Okay? And you will be able to have that wildly passionate love affair with yourself. That's what I want for you. Imagine if you could live this way every day. I shouldn't even say if. Imagine when you start living this way every day. Can you just imagine the radical changes you'll have in your life? It is going to be mind-boggling and stunning. Now, I wanted to share this with you because I thought it was really important. I do have something really exciting to announce. I will be offering a self-study course called the success mindset. Because another thing I realized through my work with all my clients and my own life, that you cannot strategize enough. You need to have a strategy to become successful. So, for example, going on a sugar cleanse, I had a strategy. My friend is a nutritionist, okay? So I talked to her. She created a plan for me, all right? And then I was able to talk to her, right? I was able to talk to her. I said, okay, what do I do? What do I do? There was a strategy. That is the only reason I'm successful. So, what the success mindset? It's a 4-week course. It's a self-study course. It will go between 1 week you'll be studying for yourself. The second week it'll be a group call. Third week self-study. Fourth week group call. And there's no additional pricing, nothing. It is only available for $287. That's it. Like, I'm not going to be charging more. It is going to be an offering that I will be offering every couple of months. However, this is the first time I'm offering it, and I'm super excited. It might be possible that depending on how my other courses come up and everything, I might be offering it later in the year. However, since you have started this year and you want to have the results that you would like, I want to help you. I want to support you get there. Because I know I am going to get there. There's no two ways about it. I don't doubt that 2016 is going to be wildly successful. It's going to be wildly, passionately successful. Okay? And I want to help you. I want to support you with that. I will put up the information about the success mindset on the group, and I will send it out as an email. It starts this Saturday. We already have 3 people in the group. I want to open it up to 4 more people, and then that's about it, because I want to make sure everybody gets individual attention from me. But it will be super, super exciting, and we will elaborate on the principles of what love is, okay? And where you're being prevented from being there. Now, one bonus tip. You don't need to join the course for this, but it will be something we'll cover in depth. However, after this webinar, if you're inspired, take 10 to 15 minutes for yourself. Okay, 10 to 15, that's it. And write on top of a paper, or if you have a clipboard or whatever, write down love equals S, or put L plus O plus V plus E equals S. Okay? When you do that, now write down what your vision is. Another thing you could do, if you don't like venting because you want to take out any negativity from the word love, you can put vision in there. Love, ownership, vision, energy equals success. Does that kind of help? Let's take away the venting, even though I like it because I think it keeps it really real. Vision. What's your vision for yourself? So make a vision board with 5 things you want to achieve this year. Not 15, not 20, not 30. No, 5 things. Why 5? 5 is a very doable number. Okay? So make it doable. What are my 5 things for my vision board? I can share it with you. My health, my career, traveling. I was remembering what my list was. Traveling, teaching. And the 5th one is falling in love with myself even more. Which means I understand how divine and how magnificent each one of us is here. As I fall in love with myself, I can't help but fall in love with you because the divine created you. So my 5 things that I want to achieve this year: my health, my business. By the way, the business includes obviously my money and everything, right? Traveling, teaching, and falling in love with myself. That's it. That is a radical change. And I promise you, 2017, when I will be hosting a webinar, I'll be in a very different place. I can make that promise to myself, and I can make that promise to you. And that is why I wanted to put this webinar together for you guys. Okay? I will be scoping after this. And if anybody who was on this webinar, please feel free to join me. As I announced the success mindset, I will put it out there. I really trust this was helpful. It was really helpful for me putting it together, understanding and explaining what has allowed me to get here. Let's make this an amazing 2016. And I'm here if you want any support from me. Okay, you can always go to my website www.swetaiyer.com, which is www.swetaiyer.com. Okay, so guys, thank you so much. Let's do a quick meditation and we're going to close up this webinar, and much love to you. So what I want you to do is close your eyes. Visualize there's a light above your head. Take a deep breath in. Visualize the light above your head, flooding your body with light. As you breathe out, your body feels comfortable. Take another deep breath and visualize the light above your head, flooding your body with light. As you breathe out, your body feels comfortable. In this moment, allow yourself to make the intention that you are worth every second that you spend on yourself. And repeat these words after me. I love myself. I love myself. I accept myself. I forgive myself. I love myself. Now, take a deep breath in and visualize the light above your head, flooding each and every cell with light. As you breathe out, your body feels completely comfortable and at ease. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me in this webinar. It was absolutely my pleasure to share the principles of success. All right? Thank you, guys.